The large meeting room fell silent as Chairman Jun Kim entered. His 6 arms moved in the formal greeting pattern of the council. The 50 members from different planets stood up to show respect. Jun had led the Galactic Council for 200 years. Nothing surprised him anymore, or so he thought. "Sit, friends," he said in a calm voice. "We have important news today." The members took their seats. Some had scales. Others had fur. A few were made of living crystal. But all shared one thing: worry about the message they had just received. "A new species has reached the stars," Jun said. "They call themselves humans. They come from a planet called Earth in the Sol system." Images appeared on the big screen behind him. The humans looked simple: 2 arms, 2 legs, soft skin. They seemed weak compared to many council races. "Do not let their looks fool you," Jun warned. "Our watchers have studied them for 50 years. These humans are different." Hana Lee, the head watcher, stepped forward. She was from a race that looked like tall, blue humans. Her kind had joined the council 5,000 years ago. "Humans went from horse travel to space travel in just 300 years, she said. "Most races take thousands of years to do this. They fight wars all the time but keep getting stronger. They almost killed themselves many times but always survived." The council members looked at each other. Fast growth was rare. Fast growth with high fighting skills was dangerous. "How did they get faster than light travel so quickly?" asked a member from the back. "They think differently," Hana explained. "When they have a problem, they try many wild ideas at once. Most fail, but some work in ways no one expected. Their saying is fail fast, learn faster." Jun nodded. "Our math shows they will match our strongest ships in just 50 years if they keep growing this fast." The room filled with shocked voices. 50 years was nothing to races that lived for centuries. "We must stop them now," shouted Councillor Do Yun, hitting his stone fist on the table. "Before they become too strong." Jun raised his hand for quiet. "The council does not attack young races. That is our oldest rule. But we can guide them, control them." "How?" asked many voices at once. "We offer them council membership," Jun said with a small smile. "With special rules to slow them down." The plan was simple. Invite humans to join as the newest council race. Give them some help and trade, but also put strict limits on them. No expanding beyond their home system for 200 years. No building, more warships, all new technology must be shared with the council first. "They will accept," Jun said. "All new races want our protection. The galaxy is a dangerous place for the young." Tay Park, the council's best diplomat, would lead the mission to Earth. He had brought 30 races into the council over his long career. Humans would be number 31. "Prepare the welcome gifts," Jun ordered. "Show them our power but also our kindness. They must see that joining us is their only good choice." As the meeting ended, Hana stayed behind. She looked worried. "Chairman, I must warn you, my team found something strange about humans." "What is it?" Jun asked. "Their stories. For hundreds of years they have been writing about meeting aliens. In most of these stories they fight the aliens and win. It's like they have been getting ready for us in their minds for generations." Jun laughed. "Stories are just stories. Reality will teach them to be humble." On Earth, General Su Jin Kang stared at the screen in front of her. For 3 years, her secret team had been listening to alien signals. Last month, they finally broke the code. Now they could understand what the aliens were saying, and what they said was troubling. "Play it again," she ordered. The computer voice spoke. "Humans show dangerous growth patterns. They must be contained while we still can. Offer them membership with the standard limits for aggressive species." Sujin turned to Admiral Min Park, her second in command. "They think we're dangerous animals to be put in a cage." Min nodded. His face was serious. "They've been watching us for decades and we never knew." "The president needs to see this now," Sujin said. "The aliens will be here in 1 month. We need to be ready." President Jiho Park was in the middle of a meeting when his aide whispered in his ear. 5 minutes later, he was in the secret room 50 floors below the White House. This room didn't exist in any official plans. "What's so urgent, General?" he asked Sujin. She played the messages. The president's face grew darker with each one. "How many races are in this council?" he asked when it was done. "Thousands," Min said. "From what we can tell, they run most of the galaxy, have done for 15,000 years." The president sat down heavily. "And they're coming here to make us join them. As pets, not partners." "Yes, sir," Sujin said. "But we have one advantage. They don't know we can understand them. They think they'll surprise us with their existence." "Options?" the president asked. "We can't fight them," Min admitted. "Their ships would destroy our whole fleet in minutes." "But we can refuse their offer," Sujin added. "Nothing in their laws says a race must join. They just assume everyone will want to." The president thought for a long moment. "Call an emergency meeting of all world leaders, secret and in person. No electronic records. We need to be united when they arrive." For the next 3 weeks, Earth prepared in secret. Military forces went on high alert disguised as exercises. Scientists worked day and night studying the alien, signals for any useful information. World leaders agreed on a response plan. When the alien ship appeared in orbit, Earth was ready, not to fight but to stand firm. The aliens sent their first message to all of Earth's communication systems at once. "People of Earth, we bring greetings from the Galactic Council, the united races of the Milky Way. We come in peace and friendship." The UN world watched as the alien ship landed in the neutral zone in Switzerland. News cameras showed the first aliens stepping onto Earth soil. They looked almost human, but with slight differences. Silver blue skin, larger eyes, fingers with one extra joint. Ambassador Tay Park spoke perfect English. "We are honored to make official first contact with humanity. The Galactic Council welcomes you to the greater community of intelligent species." What the ambassador didn't know was that Earth had been listening to the Council's real plans for weeks. The smiles that greeted him were polite but not genuine. President Jiho Park stepped forward to shake the alien's hand in the first official greeting between human and alien. "Welcome to Earth," he said warmly. "We have much to discuss about this Galactic Council of yours." Much indeed. The trap was set. The aliens thought they were dealing with an innocent young species. They were about to learn that humans were much more than they appeared, and the Galactic Council's easy plan to control humanity was about to go very, very wrong. The large meeting hall in Geneva was filled with people from every nation on Earth. Screens showed the event to billions watching at home. This was the most important meeting in human history. Today, humans would hear what the Galactic Council wanted from them. Ambassador Tay Park stood at the front of the room. His blue-silver skin shone under the lights. He smiled at the humans watching him, not knowing they had already heard the Council's real plans. "People of Earth," Tay began, his voice smooth and friendly. "This is a great day. For thousands of years you have looked at the stars and wondered if you were alone. Now you know you are not. The galaxy is full of life, and the Galactic Council brings all thinking beings together in peace." President Jiho Park sat at the center table with leaders from 20 major nations. They all wore small earpieces that let them hear what the aliens were saying to each other in their own language. The aliens did not know this. "The Council has existed for 15,000 years, Tay continued. "We have brought peace to thousands of worlds. No member race has had a war with another member in over 10,000 years. We offer this peace to Earth now." The room was quiet. Everyone wanted to hear what would come next. "To join the Council, there are rules all new members must follow," Tay said. "These rules protect both the new race and the galaxy itself." A large screen behind Tay lit up with images of the galaxy. It zoomed in to show Earth and nearby stars. "First, for 200 years, humans may only live in your home solar system and 5 nearby star systems that have no life," Tay explained. "This gives you room to grow while learning about the greater galaxy." President Jiho's face showed nothing, but his hand tightened on his pen. 200 years trapped near Earth was the first cage. "Second, your military ships will be limited to your current number and size for 50 years, Tay continued. "The Council protects all members, so you will not need a large fleet of your own." In the back of the room, General Su-jin whispered to Admiral Min, "They want us defenseless. Third, all new technology you create must be shared with the Council before you use it," Tae said with a smile. "This way we can help make sure it is safe." This was the worst rule. It would let the Council control human progress forever. In Ni. Return, Tae finished. Earth will receive Council protection, trade rights with all member races, and access to some Council technology that will help your people. President Jiho stood up slowly. The room grew even quieter. What he said next would shape human history forever. "Ambassador Tae," Jiho said in a clear voice, "humanity thanks you for coming to Earth and offering us membership in your council." Tae smiled wider, thinking the humans would accept his terms. Jiho continued, "However, we must ask some questions before we can answer." Tae's smile dropped a little. "Of course. Questions are expected." "These limits on our expansion and military," Jiho said. "Do all new council members have these same limits?" "Yes," Tae said quickly. "All new members follow the same path." General Su-jin touched her earpiece as she heard the aliens talking among themselves in their language. "He's lying. The limits are much stricter for humans than for most new races." Jiho had heard it too. "And what happens if we choose not to join the council?" This question surprised Tae. His eyes widened. No race had ever asked this before. Not join? But all races join? The benefits are clear. "Please answer the question," Jiho pressed. "What if humanity chooses to remain independent?" Tae's friendly mask slipped for a moment. "The galaxy is dangerous for lone races. There are threats you cannot imagine. The Council's protection is necessary." The threat was clear to everyone in the room. Join or face trouble. Jiho looked around at the other world leaders. They all gave small nods, following their secret plan. "Ambassador Tae, humanity has carefully considered your offer," Jiho said, standing straighter. "We must decline these terms." The room filled with gasps, both from humans who didn't know the plan and from Tae's team of aliens. "Decline?" Tae said, his voice higher than before. No one has ever." "We counteroffer," Jiho continued. "Earth will establish friendly relations with the Council as an independent power. We will agree to peace between our peoples and open trade, but we will not accept limits on our growth, our defense, or our progress." Tae's face showed real shock now. This had never happened in Council history. All races begged to join when offered. "This is not how things are done," Tae said, his voice harder. "The Council has rules that all must follow." "Your rules, not ours," Jiho replied calmly. "Humans have never responded well to cages, Ambassador, no matter how pretty they are." The alien team began talking quickly in their language, not knowing the human leaders could understand every word. "This is unprecedented," one alien aide said. "The growth prediction models were right, they are dangerous," another replied. "Chairman Jun must be told immediately," a third added. Tae tried to regain control of the meeting. "Perhaps we have been too formal. Let us speak more freely about the benefits." Jiho cut him off. "Ambassador, our answer will not change. We have heard your real discussions about humanity. We know you see us as a threat to be contained, not as equals to be welcomed." The room went completely silent. The aliens froze in shock. "You understand our language?" Tae asked, his voice barely a whisper. "We have been listening to your communications for some time," Jiho revealed. "We know what the Council really thinks of humans." Tae looked like he might fall over. This changed everything. The Council had severely underestimated these humans. "This meeting is over," Tae said stiffly. "We will return to the Council and report your unusual response." "Before you go," Jiho said, "know this. Humans wish for peace with all races. We do not want enemies. But we will not surrender our freedom to choose our own path among the stars." General Su-jin and Admiral Min watched from the back as the aliens left the hall. The aliens moved quickly, almost running back to their ship. "What happens now?" Min asked quietly. Now we prepare, Sujin answered. They'll be back and not with better offers. As the alien ship lifted off from Earth, emergency signals flew between it and the Galactic Council. Chairman June Kim received the news with disbelief. A young race had not only rejected Council membership, but had been spying on Council communications. It appears, June said to his advisors, that we have greatly underestimated these humans. One advisor asked, What do we do now, Chairman? June looked at the image of Earth on his screen. Such a small planet, such troublesome creatures. We must reconsider our approach, he said slowly. These humans are unlike any race we have encountered before. They must be handled differently. On Earth, preparations began immediately. The humans knew they had just challenged the most powerful force in the galaxy, but for the first time in their history, all nations worked together with a single purpose: to show the galaxy that humans would never bow to threats. The race for survival had begun. 3 years passed since humans rejected the Galactic Council's offer. The Earth had changed more in these 3 years than in the 50 years before. For the first time in human history, all nations worked together with one goal: survival. Doctor. Hyun Kim walked through her lab, watching her team work on the new engine. Before the aliens came, she had been a normal scientist working on new energy sources. Now she led the most important science team on Earth. How is the new drive coming? She asked her assistant. Better than we hoped, he replied. It's 3 times faster than what we had last year. The aliens think our ships can only go 5 light years. With this we can go 15. Hyun smiled. The Council thought humans were stuck near Earth following their rules even without joining the Council. They were wrong. The test ship is ready, her assistant added. We can try the new drive tomorrow. Good, Hyun said. We need to push harder. The Council won't leave us alone forever. Across the solar system, humans were building at an amazing speed. The old space stations around Earth had been small. Now, huge stations orbited every planet. The biggest work happened in the asteroid belt between Mars and Jupiter, hidden from watching alien eyes. Commander Jun Lee floated in zero gravity, looking at his new ship through the window. The UES Defiance was nearly finished. It would be the first real human warship. She's beautiful, he said to Chief Engineer Yoon Park, who floated beside him. And deadly, Yoon added. We took apart the alien scout ship we captured last year. Their weapons are better than ours, but not as better as they think. The Defiance was huge, nearly a kilometer long. Its main weapon was based on alien technology. The humans had secretly studied. The Council would be shocked to see such a ship. They thought humans were still using simple rockets and lasers. When will she be ready? June asked. 2 more weeks, Yoon replied. Then we start building 10 more. Just like her, Jun nodded. 10 ships was not much against the thousands the Council had. But it was a start. The Council thinks we're still fighting among ourselves, June said. That's our biggest advantage. The alien watchers reported back to the Council that humans were still divided into nations, still arguing about resources and borders. This was what the aliens expected. What they didn't see was the truth. Behind closed doors, all human leaders were working together for the first time. In the Galactic Council chamber, Chairman June Kim listened to the latest report about Earth. Humans appear to be following our development limits, the reporter said. They have built some small ships, but nothing that could threaten even our smallest vessels. And their colonization efforts? June asked. Limited to Mars and their moon, as expected for a young race. Hana Lee, the Council's expert on humans, did not look convinced. I find it strange. Their history shows they never agree on anything. Yet now they seem to be working together just enough to look non-threatening. You think they're hiding something? June asked. I think humans are natural liars, Hana replied. They create fiction for fun. They pretend things all the time. What if they're pretending to follow our rules? June thought about this. Double the watchers on Earth. If they're hiding something, find it. Back on Earth, General Sujin Kang stood in the secret underground base in Antarctica. No alien satellites could see through the ice above. Here, humans planned their real space program. Show me the colony numbers, she ordered. Admiral Min Park touched a screen on the wall. A map of nearby stars appeared, with 16 points of light marked in green. 16 colonies all beyond where the Council is watching, Min explained. Each has at least 5,000 people now. If the Council finds Earth, our species will live on. And the Artemis Project? Su Jin asked. Min smiled. Ready for your inspection? They walked through a large door into an enormous underground hangar. Inside sat 5 sleek black ships unlike any humans had built before. They had no windows, no visible engines, and seemed to absorb light rather than reflect it. The first stealth fleet, Min said proudly. They can't be seen on any sensors we know of. They can slip past Council ships without being noticed. Su Jin touched the cold black surface of the nearest ship. How many can we build? 20 more this year. 50 next year if we get more of the special materials. On the surface, life for most humans went on as before. People went to work, raised families, and watched entertainment. But everything had changed in small ways. Children now learned about alien biology in school. Workers made parts for secret ships without knowing what they were building. Entertainment showed stories of brave humans exploring space and outsmarting alien threats. One evening, as President Jiho watched the sunset from his office window, his aide brought him a message. Sir, our deep space listening post has picked up Council transmissions. They're sending more watchers to Earth. They suspect something. Jiho nodded. They had known this would happen eventually. How long until they get here? 6 months, sir. Then, we have 6 months to finish our preparations, Jiho said. Tell all project leaders to speed up their work and launch the next colony ships immediately. Yes, sir. Should we tell the people? Jiho thought about this. Not yet. Let them have normal lives a little longer. That night, as most humans slept, ships quietly left Earth from secret bases. They carried thousands of colonists to new homes among the stars. If Earth fell, humanity would live on. In her lab, Dr. Hyun worked through the night on a new project. The aliens had faster-than-light drives that could cross the galaxy in weeks. Human drives took months to cover the same distance, but Hyun had found something in the alien data that even the aliens had missed. It works, she said as her test showed positive results. We can make it even faster. On the asteroid base, Commander Jun watched as workers attached the final pieces to the Defiance. Soon, she would leave her dock and begin her trials. We'll be ready, he whispered. Across the solar system and beyond, humans prepared for what might come. They knew the Council would not ignore them forever. When the aliens returned, they would find a very different humanity than the one they had left behind. The sleeping giant had awakened, and the galaxy would never be the same. 5 years had passed since the first meeting between humans and the Galactic Council. Ambassador Tae Park sat in his ship as it approached Earth again. He felt sure this mission would succeed. The Council had prepared new, better terms for the humans. Surely they would accept this time. We will arrive at Earth in 1 hour, Ambassador, the pilot said. Tae nodded. He had studied more about humans since his last visit. They were strange creatures, always competing and fighting among themselves. But the Council's watchers reported they had followed the development limits even without joining the Council. This was good. It showed they could be reasonable. This time, we will succeed, Tae said to his team. The humans have had 5 years to see how alone they are in the galaxy. They will be eager for our friendship now. As his ship entered the solar system, Tae looked at the screens showing the space around Earth. Then he froze. What he saw could not be right. Huge space stations orbited Earth. Fleets of ships moved between planets. Construction yards floated in space. None of this had been in the Watchers' reports. None of this should be possible for humans to build in just 5 years. There must be a mistake, he said. Check the sensors. No mistake, sir, the pilot replied, his voice shaking. And there are ships approaching us. 6 human warships surrounded Tae's diplomatic vessel. They were sleek, powerful, and nothing like the simple ships humans had 5 years ago. These ships looked almost like Council warships, but with unique human designs. They're hailing us, the communication officer said. Tay tried to look calm. Put them through. A human face appeared on the screen. A woman in a military uniform with the name Captain Yuna Kim on her chest. Ambassador Tay, she said. Earth welcomes your return. Please follow our escort to the diplomatic station. Notice she didn't say welcomes you warmly or use any friendly words, just welcomes your return. Cold. Professional. His ship followed the human escorts to a large space station orbiting Earth. Through the windows, Tay could see more signs of amazing progress. The humans had advanced far beyond what should have been possible. When Tay's team arrived at the meeting room, they found the new Earth president waiting. Yoon Kim had replaced Ji-ho Park 2 years ago. She had been a military leader before becoming president. Ambassador Tay, President Yoon said. Welcome back to human space. Human, space, not Earth. The choice of words was clear. Humans now claimed more than just their home planet. President Yoon, Tay replied with a small bow. The Galactic Council sends greetings. We have come with new membership terms for Earth. Terms we believe you will find most favorable. President Yoon smiled slightly. Please, share these new terms. Tay felt more confident. She was willing to listen. That was a good start. The Council has reconsidered its position, he began. We're prepared to offer Earth special status, fewer restrictions on expansion, shared technology agreements. President Yoon raised her hand, stopping him mid-sentence. I apologize for interrupting, Ambassador, but I think there's a misunderstanding. We didn't ask you here to discuss membership terms. Tay blinked in confusion. Then why? President Yoon touched a control panel on the table. A holographic map appeared showing dozens of star systems. Green dots marked human colonies spread far beyond where the Council thought humans could reach. This is the current state of human expansion, she explained calmly. We have established 42 colonies across 27 star systems. Several are in regions the Council had marked as off-limits to new species. Tay couldn't hide his shock. This was impossible. The Watchers had reported only 2 colonies on Mars and Earth's moon. Your Watchers only saw what we wanted them to see, said Admiral Min Park, who stood beside the President. They reported exactly what we fed them. How? Tay struggled to find words. How did you hide this from us? The same way we learned your language before you arrived, President Yoon said. Humans are very good at keeping secrets when we need to. Tay felt the floor shifting under him. The Council had completely underestimated these humans. Again, we are not here to discuss joining your Council, Ambassador, President Yoon continued. We are here to establish diplomatic relations between equals. She slid a data pad across the table to Tay. These are our terms. Recognition of all current and future human territories, non-interference in our technological development, and mutual defense agreements if either of us is attacked by outside forces. Tay stared at the pad. This was unprecedented. No young race had ever dictated terms to the Council. The Council does not accept terms from non-members, he said stiffly. This is not how the galaxy works. It is now, Admiral Min said firmly. Tay tried one last approach. You must understand your position. The Council has thousands of member races, millions of ships. If we wanted to, we could attack us? President Yoon finished for him. You could try, but first look at this. Another hologram appeared. It showed a small fleet of strange black ships that seemed to absorb light. These are our Artemis vessels, she explained. Stealth ships with technology your sensors cannot detect. For the past year, we've had these ships visiting Council worlds, mapping your defenses, studying your fleets. Tay felt cold fear run down his spine. That's impossible. Our defense systems would have detected them? Admiral Min laughed. 3 months ago, one of our ships spent 2 days in orbit around the Council homeworld. You never knew it was there. Tay's hands shook. If humans could reach the Council homeworld undetected, we don't want war, Ambassador, President Yoon said more gently. We want peace between our peoples, but it must be peace between equals, not master and servant. The Council will never accept this, Tay whispered. They will, President Yoon replied, because the alternative would be costly for everyone. As Tay and his team prepared to leave, Admiral Min walked with him to his ship. You should know, Min said quietly, that we found something interesting in the Council's historical records. Your people weren't always the leaders of the galaxy. 10,000 years ago, another race ruled, and the Council overthrew them. The ancient Dominion, Tay said. They were cruel masters. The Council brought freedom. Min nodded. Perhaps, or perhaps the Council simply wanted power for itself. Either way, the pattern is clear. Things change. Powers rise and fall. Nothing lasts forever. Tay returned to the Council with humanity's message. The emergency session lasted for days. Some members wanted to crush the humans immediately. Others urged caution. Chairman Joon Kim finally spoke after hearing all sides. For 15,000 years we have ruled the stars. We became comfortable, slow. We forgot that new things can emerge that we don't understand. He looked around the chamber at the worried faces. The humans have accomplished in 5 years what most races need centuries to do. If they can hide entire colonies and fleets from us, what else might they be hiding? What else might they become if we push them to war? Counselor Do-yoon, who had first suggested containing humanity, spoke up. Perhaps we should be learning from them instead of trying to control them. The debate raged on. But one thing was becoming clear to all. The galaxy was changing. The humans had rejected all negotiations on the Council's terms. They had forced the oldest power in the galaxy to consider something new. A future where they were not the only voice that mattered. Back on Earth, President Yoon looked out at the stars from her office window. Do you think they'll accept our terms? Asked Admiral Min. They have no choice, she replied. We showed them just enough of our strength to make them worry, but not enough to make them desperate. And if they attack anyway? Yoon smiled. Then they'll discover what humans do best, surprising those who underestimate us. The humans had taken their place among the stars, not by following the rules, but by rewriting them. And the Galactic Council, for the first time in thousands of years, trembled with uncertainty about the future. The age of human expansion had begun,